All right, so we got Will here, which we noticed for starters, he tinted the windows dark as hell, and the front one has a little bit of tint. Got the nice window louvers that tuck inside. Those actually fit really nice where you don't see all the tape on the outside in it. By accident, putting these louvers on, and
yep. Just a safety feature they put in the front for the automatic windows. It just goes back down on its own.
It just barely touches. Yep. So when he was installing these here, that's how I found it out. So if you are putting these on, keep that in mind.
Yep.
But
goes up pretty easy. Oh, my finger!
But that's the only window does it, because the other ones ain't automatic roll up. Yeah. And you bought some aftermarket rims and tires to put on it, which looks a lot better in chrome, don't they?
I like them. Pretty sharp look.
And now that he has their 305 55 R20s, which is, these tires measure out to what, 32 and a half?
Close to 32 and a half.
Yeah.
At 40 pounds.
So they are bigger than the stock tires, but since he put the 2-inch lift on it, there's no more rubbing. All right, so there's clearance, but just not as much as you'd like, I think. I'll turn it and show you. Turn the other way. Yeah, there's definitely hand clearance in there.
If you look, it's right here. Right under. You see the blocks?
No.
So
the blocks are right underneath the shock mount?
Yes. And that's it. So the $35 leveling kit came with those blocks and 2 bolts.
That's just a 2-inch leveling kit or just leveling?
You ready?
Okay.
So you remove this.
The top ball joint.
Right. You remove your tie rod in, that lifts out, and then you've got your sway bar link over here.
Which you disconnected down here?
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, right down there. And then you've got your 2 shock bolts. Of course, you want to have the truck jacked up on stands, and then a jack underneath your control arm so you can adjust your height and don't drop your spindle, because as soon as you release it from the top ball joint, that spindle's going to go whichever way it wants because it's got pressure from the axle pushing. So just make sure you hold on to it.
So you think maybe put something underneath here?
I had the jack under here to hold up so it wouldn't just drop out, but even with that you got to hold the spindle.
All right.
So.
And then it's just the square pieces like you see in the picture that just bolt underneath the shock. And how long did it take you to do one side?
The first side took a little longer, just figured out what we were doing, but we had both sides done in an hour. And that was, I say we, it was me and my kid acting like he was helping me.
All right, now talk about the difference between the expensive and the cheaper.
So if you go on any of these lift sites, they're gonna sell you a upper control arm with a new ball joint angle. They're gonna sell you possibly this same drop here, the block, and something to go on top of your spring. So you're gonna buy it and have a shop do it, or you're gonna do it, but you gotta take your strut apart, put your spacer on top. You'll do this and then you'll change your control arm. And that's to get ball joint angle. So you've got straight up ball joint.
When he says ball joint angle, you're saying like the control arm's gonna be pivoted just a little bit at an angle?
Yeah, the control arm has more room. So this space right here on mine is pinched a little more than you would have from stock because of the 2-inch lift. And then if you get the lift kit with the new control arms, that allows more flex this way if you're into off-roading and stuff like that, and where you're going to yank your ball joint out. For me, it's a $35 2-inch lift that let me know whether or not I want to have it at 2 inches or go higher. And I'm not going off-road with this truck because I don't have $60,000 to just blow on an off-road vehicle. So I'm not going to tear it up that way. And you keep your ride quality by not putting a spacer into your stock strut, because when you put the spacer up there, it stiffens your spring because it's compressing it. So that's where you lose your ride quality. For this truck with the 2-inch, just the blocks, the ride quality is the same as stock with the 2-inch lift in the front.
And for the price that you put on it, it's good to know whether or not, because some people don't keep their trucks very long. Well, he might have this maybe a year and a half, 2 years before he gets the newer Chevy or whatever's going to come out. But it's just a good idea to.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to sponsor me to get a TRX, we can do that. I'd be more than happy to drive it around for you. 1,000 twice. It rides good and smooth. As far as you can tell, it's leveled. It's higher than it was for sure. Just driving it, the nose being higher. So I like it.
It feels like it still rides pretty damn nice, though.
Yep.
Are you recording?
Recording.
Because a lot of times I forget to hit the record button.
Hit the button.
But yeah, that's Will's truck. He's going to be getting more done on it.
You said that right in front of her.
He wishes.
She wasn't supposed to hear that. Well, right now I'm at 550 subscribers, and I can sure use the help so we can sponsor this truck because his wife's getting mad about him spending money. So, yeah, until next time.
Until next time, subscribe.
Like.